Hello students, in today's class we're going to see about Green Revolution. Let me open the slides now. Let us see what is Green Revolution before to see Green Revolution in India. The Green Revolution was a period when the productivity of global agriculture was increased drastically during a particular time as a result of new advancement resulted in agriculture as well as in the industries. During this time, new chemical fertilizers and pesticides have been introduced. The chemical fertilizers made it possible to supply crop with extra nutrients and therefore increases the yield as such. The newly developed pesticides controlled weeds, deterred or killed insects and prevented diseases, which also resulted in the higher productivity. Green Revolution to India. In 1965, the government of Mrs. Indira Gandhi decided to take major steps on agriculture improvement. The Green Revolution was applied to the period from 1967 to 1978, basically in the parts of Haryana and Punjab. At this stage, concern was given to wheat and rice. Dr. M.S. Swaminathan from India led the Green Revolution as a project. So he is Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, the scientist who was the main cause behind this revolution, Green Revolution in India. So these are the traditional ways of farming that we used before the introduction of Green Revolution and modern technologies in India. You could see how the cotton agriculture was followed and sugarcane was followed and other traditional ways of farming. Green Revolution is also known as Seed, Water, Fertilizers, Pesticide Technology Revolution. In the year 1965, the government of Mrs. Gandhi decided to take a major step on agriculture to increase the productivity. Thus, the Green Revolution was applied to the period from 1967 to 1978. Not all over India, particularly to the places of Punjab and Haryana. At this stage, the Green Revolution was concerned only with wheat and rice. It was tested on rice and wheat alone. Dr. M.S. Swaminathan from India led the Green Revolution as a project. Let us see the basic elements in Green Revolution. It was continued expansion of farming areas. Green Revolution continued with quantitative expansion of the farmlands. And then it was introduced double cropping existing farmland. Instead of one crop method, which was used to cultivate earlier, per year, the decision was made to have two crop seasons per year. There had to be two monsoons per year. One would be the natural monsoon and the other is artificial monsoon. Then using the seeds with superior genetics was another element of Green Revolution. This was the scientific aspects of Green Revolution to use high yield variety of seeds, which is shortly called as HVY, high yielding variety of seeds. Methods used in this Green Revolution. Double cropping method or multiple cropping system was introduced. Then seeds with superior genetics was used. Then proper irrigation system was followed. High yielding variety of seeds. Use of pesticides and fertilizers. Use of modern machineries like tractor, harvester, thresher, etc. Then expansion of farming areas. These are the major methods used during this Green Revolution time. So earlier we saw the traditional ways of farming. So this is the modern way of methods of farming after this Green Revolution or maybe during the time of Green Revolution. You could see how the tractors are used in the farmland. These are the fertilizers used to stop the pests which affected the large crops, and you could see the multiple cropping system in the third picture in a clockwise, and the high yield variety yielded grains. The crop yield is increased 3 times better than the earlier, that is the traditional farming method. It made it possible to grow more crops on roughly the same amount of land with a similar amount of the effort, but the yielding was extra. Green Revolution was a period when the productivity of global agriculture increased drastically as a result of new advances, which results in high productivity. Then chemical fertilizers was the main thing in Green Revolutions. Then synthetic herbicides and pesticides was another feature of Green Revolution. The Green Revolution boosted industrial growth, created job opportunities, and improved the quality of the people. The economy of the the economy of the people in general, and in particular the farmers, was increased drastically. It created plenty of job not only for agriculture workers but also industrial workers by the creation of factories and hydroelectric powers to supply agricultural works. Many industries grow up at this time. The farmers of rural areas learned new techniques for building irrigation systems and to bring water to their fields. Then India was transformed from a starving nation to an exporter status. Let us see the effects of Green Revolution. It increased the production, that capitalistic farming was followed, then it had a greater impact on rural employment and rural economy, then production and imports of food grains was increased, and exports of the food grains was increased, and some of the high technique high yield variety seeds were also imported. The development of industries was seen. Then effects on prices was fair. Then base of economic growth was changed. Effect on consumers was also changed. Effect of planning was affected. Effect and increase in the trade could be see. Then changes in thinking of the farmers was also a main effect of the Green Revolution. There were some issues on the Green Revolutions like pollutions and soil erosion, then water contamination or pollution of water, unemployment among uneducated farmers, because many farmers they learned how to use machines, but the age-old farmers they unable to get into the new technologies. They unable to know how to use those machineries or even pests, and then many deadly diseases came while using these fertilizers and pesticides. Then it was so harmful for the farmers, and the consumption was also adverse. That in the long run the consumption was adverse. Then agriculture, the yielding was good, but the quality of the food, the crops we got from the Green Revolution was not so quality comparing to the previous method used. Water was contaminated, and aquarium ecosystem was highly affected out of this modern technology. Herbivorous food chain was also affected. There are some limitations. The Green Revolution was over impressive but not 100% success. It was introduced only in the states of Punjab and Haryana. It showed the best results of Green Revolution. The new farming techniques has given birth to serious pollution of drinking water, causing the cancer and many other harmful diseases. And Punjab University took a survey that recorded a high rate of genetic damage among the farmers, which was attributed to the pesticide use. And then a new organic fertilizer, pesticides and chemicals ruined the soil. Then it led to unemployment and rural urban immigration. Thank you, students.